Good morning, Decline Now Dashers. So today, apparently, DoorDash has restricted the ability for the old version 5636 to keep working. And I'm going to show you a way around that if you only have an Android. If you have an iPhone that you can use with an Android, then you can keep your current system in place, unless you are having more problems. And if that is the case, post in the group or something, and I can try to help you, or one of the other people can try to help you. So this is going to be a little bit more advanced than just installing the new app. So I have on my screen, I'm using my computer to do most of this. I have my phone right here. I have the DoorDash Decliners Facebook group, and then my image. And just so you know, I am using a physical phone. I can show you that I can control it through my computer. All right, let's get started. So I already removed all of my DoorDash apps. Now, none of them are on there anymore. So the first thing you're going to want to do, or you're going to need to do this, you're going to go to Chrome or whatever web browser you use on your phone. And you're going to go to appcloner.app. All of these links will also be in the description below, so feel free to check that out too to make it a little bit easier. Oh my goodness. Apparently one scroll is a lot on my phone. Alright, so you're going to want to click on this. Download App Cloner 294. And then it'll download just like all the other DoorDash versions did. Since I already have it, it put a 1 at the end of it, but you get the point. So you open it, and then you install it. And you need to have Play Store enabled for this part, at least. I usually keep it enabled through the whole thing. And I don't have any issues with it, and I think it's because of the way I'm cloning the app. But, I mean, that's more to be explored later on. So when it's done, you're just going to click Done. Now, I remember I put a little bit of money into APK or App Cloner here. So, and to do that, you need to go into Play Store, and you got to search for App Cloner. And then you'll see App Cloner Premium and Add-ons. And then you're going to install that app as well. That is the app that you are going to use to purchase the premium version of App Cloner. So that it's all weird. App Cloner doesn't meet iOS or iOS Android's terms of services, and that's why it is not in the Play Store on its own. This is just the thing that says, connects into Google services and takes the money, and it sends the signal on to App Cloner. So I'm going to open up this. I bought the premium subscription, which only lasts for a year, but you shouldn't need it. And you're going to need the Google Maps add-on as well. I did not buy anything else, and I don't remember exactly how much that cost, but the cost is worth what you are going to get. Trust me on that. I already did these purchases, so I don't need to do them again, and I can't undo them to show you the price. I'm sorry about that. So now that you've got App Cloner installed, I want you to go and make sure that you have the 5636 version in your files. So I'm going into my files, downloads, and I will see that I have 5681. That one does not work. 5636 is the one that you want. So we are not going to touch anything in here yet. We're going to go home. I have to blur some stuff out there. Alright, I forgot to add this in the earlier cut of the original video, so I'm just adding it in here quick. If you do not already have the 5636 APK downloaded on your phone, you're going to go into the Decline Now Facebook group, and you should see this little bar here. You're going to slide that over to Files. Click on Files, and then you're going to scroll down a little bit, and then you're going to see 5636. Tap on that, and then it should bring up this post, and then you just tap again. Then it will download the file. Samsung. Now we're going to go into App Cloner. Now this is where it becomes a little bit easy. This isn't that hard. Oh, this is where it becomes a little more advanced, I should say. I'm not used to making videos, so I'm sorry if I'm a little, not the greatest at this. All right. So since I just reinstalled it, it just shows up like that and it doesn't know that I've used this before. So you're going to see installed apps and APK files. You're going to go right into APK files, hit add from a file, allow, and then you're going to go to where it is. In my case, it's in the downloads folder, and I'm going to select, I think some of these are newer ones too. Huh, weird. But you want this one. You want com.doordash.driver app 5636 APK. So you're going to click on that. And then it's going to think about it. What? It's a cloned app? Let's try that again. Might have to go clean out my download folder. Oh, there we go. We're going to download the DDs. We're going to open up that one. Apparently I've used this so many times that I have remnant files from before. So in here, it's going to be clone number 1, and you're going to change the name. So you're going to change that to 5.63.6. Okay. And then you're going to go into cloning options. Don't want to click any of these. You want to click this one. Leave Play Store, Play Services. You don't need to buy the small donation stuff. And if you scroll down, I don't think there's anything else here that I would need to trigger. And we will see if we need to go in and change any settings when we run the app once we get it, once we get it cloned. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to hit change icon color. That's just a personal thing. I like it to be blue because then that way I can differentiate this one from the other version in a flash. It shows up as different colors on your screen. You don't have to look at the name. You go into identity tracking, and I change the Android ID. I say random, and then okay. I don't touch anything else particularly because you just don't need to. The DoorDash app really isn't that smart, so you don't need to change anything else. Now, once you've done all that, you're going to hit this little DNA icon here. It's going to pop up. Read this carefully. We're not going to show that again. We don't need it. Now we're going to hit OK. Now, this should be the only time you actually need to do this step because it will install it right away, and then you should not need to touch it. Unless you have to reinstall. Then go back into the cloning app and have it reinstall it and reclone it. But I will tell you that you do need to remove the new version of DoorDash before you do that. Otherwise, it'll try to update it to a clone of the newer version. So now we're going to go install app. And then it's going to install itself. Or, well, ask for permission first. Allow apps from this source. Go back. And install. Once it's been installed, don't touch it. Leave it shut off. Don't log into it right yet. And we're going to go install the new version of DoorDash. Just a second. There we go. So now that it's installed, we're just going to go home. We're going to see that we have these notifications here. We're going to close that out. Some of this stuff is to do with my stuff because I'm doing the screen share. So you're going to do that. You clear it out. You don't have to do that. I just prefer to. Then we're going to find Play Store, which you should not have disabled. You do not need to disable the Play Store for this, just because for some reason it works. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to question it. So we're going to go DoorDash Dasher. We're going to install the new app. And we're installing this from the Play Store, so it will get updates. And you can update it. As far as I can tell, this version, or this way of doing it, you can continue to update the version of DoorDash Driver that looks regular, and then just leave the 5636 alone. Don't touch it unless you're going to Dash. Don't uninstall it unless it's having issues. And if you do, you do need to remove this version of Dasher first, because if you do not remove this version of the Dasher app, it will not work. The clone will upgrade to the new Dasher version, and then you have to go through and restart the process all over again. So once that's done, we're going to open. It's going to give us the standard ask for location. It's going to sign in. Then you're going to sign in. Once you're signed in, just like if you were going to sync it to an iPhone, and if you are on iPhone, this is where you should follow along. I know I said you don't need to do all this, but if you are confused about how to link the phones, this is where you start watching. So you're going to hit dash now. I always just select the latest time, and I'm not planning on actually going out and dashing today. I'm just making this tutorial to inform y'all. So we're going to start my dash. Duh has been checked in automatically, and Duh works right away with the new version. Now this version will not show the full payout as far as I can tell until you do this. So we're going to go in here, and we have a not logged in, not run yet Dasher 5636, and we're going to run it. And it's going to load up. Do you want to allow location access? Yes. And then we get the HTTP 400 error. But if you look here, it shows 5636 delivery update and DoorDash driver dash. So it indicates to me that it's working. You do not even need to really log into it, I guess. And then you go into here, and eventually it should pop up an order. I'm going to cut this out until it does. All right, so here's our order. Now, the way that I know this is full payout is because it says includes DoorDash pay and customer tip. It does not show total may be higher. Those are the ones that I don't know if it's showing the full payout, but we all know DoorDash. They're not always the most honest about things, so we know they like to fool us. So now that you've seen that you get a full payout order, I'm going to cut off this video. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments or on the DoorDash Decline Now Facebook page. This is Callie. Have a good night.